Alright everybody, final video for the day, then pop off for the weekend. Now, here's the thing though, this final story for today is originally sourced from The Guardian, so please do take it with a grain of salt. EU plans to offer Boris Johnson no-deal Brexit extension. This is a fairly short article. The European Union is preparing to offer Boris Johnson, the favourite to be Britain's next Prime Minister, a no-deal Brexit extension beyond October 31st. The Guardian newspaper reported on Friday. It will be described as a technical delay to save Boris from political embarrassment, but then we will have time to find an agreement, a senior EU diplomat told the newspaper. Johnson could maintain the stance of being on course to leave EU without an agreement while keeping open the option of coming to a deal with the bloc, according to the proposal cited by The Guardian. EU leaders are discussing steps to be taken in the event Johnson pressed ahead with exiting the European Union without a transition deal on October 31st, the newspaper said. A declaration expressing the EU's offer to re-engage if Britain were to accept its financial commitments and any divorce from the EU has been proposed, the report added. Britain is currently due to leave EU on October 31st, more than 3 years after the United Kingdom voted by 52 to 48% in a referendum to leave the bloc. Because anyone who wants to stay in the bloc is a blockhead. Yeah! Woo! I know, that was terrible. But I had to say it. I just felt it coming, you know? But yeah, they're going to offer him an extension. Meaning, don't just do it yet. We'll give you some time to prepare yourselves. We've already said we won't negotiate a new deal, so you guys shouldn't go ahead and just automatically on October 31st do some preparation. And you don't think he isn't preparing for that now? I mean, even over there, it's only like, hold on, yeah, July 19th. Tomorrow's the 20th. They got plenty of time. And the main thing they need to worry about is just Ireland and that whole situation. But all in all, staying within the EU is just not worth it. Lack of representation, despotism, etc., etc. You get the picture. I've said it all before. It's the same with any globalist regime or globalist body, like the UN. They don't respect national sovereignty. They're very highly authoritarian. They often don't represent their people very well. The EU is basically a super-state, as the British comedian and actor John Cleese said, and I agree with him entirely. While they deny it, they can deny it verbally all they want. When you look at it, particularly from the outside, it looks like a super-state, led from Brussels. So Britain wanting to leave makes perfect sense. And since they're the world's 5th largest economy, they can survive just fine on their own. No problem. Now, one of my favorite political commentators, shout out to Styx Hexenhammer 666, who says that the long bickering over the EU, over Brexit, the bickering over Brexit was just a political play designed to discredit the idea of Brexit in general. And while that, to me, seems a bit presumptuous, I will give it some clout in the sense that the EU is trying to discredit it. Of course they wouldn't want Britain to leave. Britain could have a major impact, and it might set the precedent for other countries wanting to leave. So naturally they'd want to do something to discredit it, and this extension could be seen from a certain angle to be just that. They want to dry out Brexit as long as they can, so that people can have time to argue it and shut it down. That would be just my personal estimate on that. Now, you can disagree with that if you want, but, if they're a 4D chess player, then that's exactly what they'd be planning on doing. And you wouldn't know the difference either way unless you decided to go out on the limb and take the guess. Still, either way, he's not an idiot. He will have been making preparations. And hell, he's not even Prime Minister yet. But guarantee you, by October 31st, many preparations will have been made. The extension may just be a formality by that point, and they will end up exiting on October 31st. Anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens when the time comes, but I'm betting that preparations will have already been made by Boris Johnson. And if not, then he'll probably take the extension, and then that'll give them the opportunity they need. Let's hope he's a tough negotiator and a hard-to-beat debater. Anyway.